guys, what's going on? Welcome back. In today's stream, we are actually going to be going over One Piece 1110. I know it's been a little bit and I'm a little bit late. I apologize for that. It's just the fact that I had work this week and my work week didn't end till Sunday, unfortunately. I was, however, able to make it for King of Lightning and also Rogers Base's stream, so that was pretty cool. But I definitely wanted to give my own personal thoughts and reads into this chapter. So if you're new to the channel, welcome back. And yeah, we're gonna hop right into it and start checking out One Piece 1110. So it looks like for the cover of this title, we have Yamato and Momo. And the title reads Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage Volume 2. I want to travel throughout Wano like Odin did. So it looks like you have Yamato here, and she's pretty much just, going in on wanting to go explore Wano, while Momo looks a little bit like cheeky towards her a little bit, so that's kind of crazy. But yeah, we're gonna hop right into this chapter. I've seen a lot of good things about it, and I'm definitely hyped to just get my thoughts out to you guys and see what you guys think. Let's see here. Alright, so we're starting out, and we have Black Lightning coming onto the island with all the government ships around in the sea beast. What in the? And then you have old lady riding the sea beast right there. Marines looking shocked. Isn't that what happened when Saint Saturn disembarked earlier? I'm worried about the others, says Bonnie, as they're held by the giants with Atlas. Looks like we have an arrow shot from the giants here, while the pacifista are also still striking the marine ships. We have the giants. Looks like they're also traversing the island, which is pretty cool because we definitely see that they're going around and just kind of like getting this save for the Straw Hat Pirates by destroying all these pirates and everything. So that's pretty crazy. Next thing we have here is we have a shot of Sacred Mary Joa. What is that, Stella? Chamber of Power. Looks like the room's empty too, with the summoning circle and the lightning on the bottom, definitely letting you know that the Gorosei have left the room. Why is why is it the dream of all mankind? That's a weird one to read. Why? It's the dream of all mankind. Vega coffee looks pretty cool. Okay, Vega coffee. I'm not a huge coffee person myself, more into energy drinks, but I think that's pretty cool. One little speck of this stuff dropped in water, and you've instantly got nice warm coffee. Dessert. How many minutes left? And it looks like they can even see the broadcast, so interesting. You know what I noticed here? It's like, didn't they need a minute for the video to actually be broadcast so they gave people time? But it looks like in the Gorosei's room, there's actually there's actually a screen in the Gorosei's room showing them. So I don't know if it's like already showing or if it's just people are getting their webcams set up. But definitely interesting. Alright, so looks like on the next page here, it's not like we're on a strict timer. Let's wait 7 minutes or so. What the? And then we'll begin. And it looks pretty crazy because we have the shot of Saturn in front of Luffy with the others starting to make their appearance. Not that anyone will be close enough to stop us, if they wished. And then you've got the Gorosei popping up all around Saturn, looking pretty tough, pretty crazy and dark. And then it looks like, who's this? Oh, Sanji, he's just gasping. Gotta get in touch with Nami's group. There are 5 monsters now, says Luffy. And then we've got a shot of all the Gorosei and their forms. We've got the Gyuki with Saint Saturn. Looks like we've got Itsumade with Saint Marcus Mars. We've got Feng Ji from Saint Topman. And then we've got Bokotsu from Saint Ethan. Okay, this is pretty crazy actually. Ethan Baron. Alright. And then Saint Shepherd Jupiter with the Sandworm. Okay. Now I gotta say, out of all these, I don't know, they all look pretty tough, but the one that looks most like menacing here to me anyways, hmm. It's between Sumade and Bokotsu, because I feel like Bokotsu looks crazy just because of those teeth and the horse and everything, especially the mask on top of it. It's like interesting. Oh wow! And then also we have this whole double page spread here with all the Gorosei looking pretty tough and cool. I definitely like the shot. Oda went really in on this because like you can tell because of the details and then the scale he used to make Luffy look pretty small compared to the rest of them. And I really like that actually, just because of the fact that like we get to see the Gorosei finally in their forms and just how big they actually are. And for me personally, I mean, my favorite looking one, it's still definitely between. Oh, why did I go all the way back? Between Itsumade and Bakotsu. That's weird though. Whenever I go all the way back, it takes me all the way back. Interesting. All right. So from here, nah, and it looks like the horse is like kind of riding up, which would be Ethan. Looks like he's dashing off somewhere through the island. Oh, I guess he's going after a pacifista here because we have one of the pacifista shooting on the island. We have Bakotsu's head turning into Ethan as he's dashing towards this pacifista, and then he lands a crazy slash. Now, keep in mind, I have seen this chapter already, so I know that the slash isn't essentially cutting one of the pacifista. It's more like he's kind of freezing them, which I think is pretty cool. A lot of people have made references for this going towards Brooke, which I think is pretty cool because like it definitely gives me feelings of Brooke, but it's just also crazy that he's able to do this without actually cutting them. Because for me, that seems like a pretty good sign of a swordsman when you can damage something with a sword, but you didn't cut it. It seems like it's almost like a next level swordsmanship. Anyways, down here we have the Marines noticing. The pacifista is down, says one of the Marines, as it's down. Okay. And then you've got Ethan putting in work, just going in on these pacifistas, just one and then another. I just saw something, an enormous horse on the shore. It's racing through them. The pacifistas closest to us has shut down. Same over here. Are they getting slashed? No, it seems to be partially frozen. Hello, Nami, Robin, etc. Come in. We got Sanji trying to talk to Nami's team. It's kind of hard to explain what's happening down here, but in short, time's up. Get away from there. And then, huh? Why? What do you mean? Hands on report. The fallen pacifists are temporarily disabled due to freezing in the circuits to the brain. Oh, wow. Someone did that for us? Now we don't have to waste our strength fighting them. Kill Bonnie now while we have an opening. Now, this is interesting to me because I think this plays a pretty good setup parallel for later on with the Marines being excited that one of the Gorosei has helped them. Now, I think what is kind of overlooked here, just like as a little like mini add-on, is that like they are doing this, but they're doing this because they want to be able to stop the Vegapunk transmission as fast and accurately as possible. So they're each kind of, in my opinion, taking on different roles while they're on this island. And in the grand scheme, I feel like the Gorosei care maybe in order to help their goal, but they don't actually care about the Marines. So it's just interesting to see that the Marines give the Gorosei praise, but then, at least in my opinion, I feel like we all know that they're probably just doing this because it's like, oh yeah, like we just want to make sure we get our stuff done, and you guys kind of, aren't doing it, or you suck. You know what I mean? Whatever you think. But either way, all right, now we're back. All right, Bonnie and the Straw Hats are at the Northeast Shore. The Pacifista members have already been halved. It's definitely an ally's work. And you've got Itsumade flying up the side of the Labostratum, it looks like. Definitely like in the form though, with the half bird, half snake, looks cool. Then you've got Sanji saying, just run away. A really freaky monster's flying up toward you. Escape at once. So that's pretty crazy because I guess Itsumade's task is going to be to maybe go after the Straw Hats or possibly the lab up there. And then you've got Itsumade flying down towards the Labostratum. And I will say here, the one thing that I know is up for speculation is whether he makes it inside. But I just have this feeling that he definitely made it because the explosion is on the inside of the dome. So even if he went through it and got damaged, at the end of the day, that explosion is on the inside of the barrier, meaning he actually made it inside and didn't get like rejected and shot back through the island. Then we go back to Ethan, and he's still messing up the pacifista right now. We have we have Luffy versing Saturn and the Sandworm. That's interesting. And let's see here. Looks like the Sandworm's digging underground. Luffy, it dove under an earthworm. Sanji, this is Usopp. Listen, we'd love to get out of here, but Zoda, I don't know why they call him Zolo in this, because like I'm pretty sure even in English it's Zoro still, but okay. But Zoro and Jinbei aren't back yet. Brooke and Lilith made it though. The ship's fine. And it's interesting they say the ship's fine, but I literally see the ship actually turned on like its side or turned up, so that's interesting to me. We arrived safely, didn't we? Only because of Usopp, you fool. It's funny. I guess she's kicking him and that's just not working because he's bone. I understand the urgency, whether the fight's finished or not. I'm going to drag him back with me. Oh, and then we have a shot of Lucci and Zoro, and I guess his sword got actually hit out of his hand and is spinning up in the air. You sense that massive hockey too, don't you? Almost makes you want to stop and look. It's all over the island. Oh wow, they just look so tired and like just worn from fighting for so long. Thanks, Jinbei. We need that now. I see him, he's still fighting. Stupid Mosshead putting the entire crew in danger. He's a liability. And then you really wonder if he hurt him or if Zoro actually like has like this thing where like he can just feel like Sanji's like hateful energy and then he's just like a liability. Me? Nah. And then he just snaps. And then so we have Lucci up here going ham pistol spots, basically like his version of the Gum Gum Gatling, but with his claws. We have Zoro dodging all of the swipes while his sword swiping down toward him. He grabs his sword, three sword style. Huhuva spot hunt. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, I thought there was like a bug there. But anyways, Huhuva spot hunt, which is interesting because now we see that he is just decimated through Lucci, which is crazy. You can see the black hockey lightning coming off. Just an epic shot in general. And it's kind of cool too, because I think for this, he actually uses his swords backhanded. So, like, it definitely seemed pretty crazy because he grabbed it with the right, and then he comes back, and then just, yeah, it's definitely a backhanded sword technique. Interesting. All right, so Zoro putting in that work. We have Lucci there. Looks like he's definitely done for the count. I mean, he might get back up, but I think he's personally done after that one. We have Luffy, huh? And then we have the sandworm under him. Is Luffy yelling? Yeah, as he's eaten by the sandworm. Did you see that? I sure did. A familiar sight. He's not a man suited for dark places. Here goes. Wow, this is crazy. So you have Dory and Brogy literally coming up as Luffy gets eaten by the sandworm, only to then actually chop through the sandworm in two different places and literally free Luffy from its throat. That is so interesting and cool. Yara! Yeah, yeah. And then you got Luffy. I tried to do the laughs, but maybe my One Piece laughs aren't the best, so I'm kind of just going with it. That was close. Huh? It's you guys, the Giants? Ba 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 ba. It's been too long, Straw Hat. We couldn't wait to see you again. Get. Okay, okay. So that's pretty cool. So we reached the end of the chapter and everything. I definitely think that this was a good one. It goes by pretty fast depending on how you read it. For me personally, it was 20 pages, so it wasn't the shortest chapter. It just definitely was something a little bit like, I don't know, it was intense, definitely. Like the events that happened on this were insane, and I'm hoping with the next chapter, because I've definitely seen that we're probably going on break for the next couple weeks after this one, that we get, if not like a big conclusion with something such as like the timer and the information reveal. um I don't know. I just want something in this next chapter in 1011 to really be something that like essentially gives us what we can land on, maybe even make theories on. Because me personally, I love when the lore gets dumped and you kind of have to be left to figure it out. That's why I watch a lot of One Piece creators who also make theory videos, such as Rogers Base and King of Lightning and O'Hara. I think that's really cool because at the end of the day, it's like I do also have my own theories, and I mean, right now this is a lot of action, so I would say that like we're not really able to draw too many theories off this chapter. Main things that just happened were like Dorian Berge showed up. I'm guessing they're gonna help fight the Gorosei. This should make it a perfect 3-on-3 match if I'm not mistaken too, because if it's Dory Berge and Luffy, especially if Luffy is able to go or not gear 4, in his giant form, it would be cool to see him fight Topman, Shepherd, and Saturn, because we know that Marcus is going for the Straw Hat crew. We know Ethan is trying to hold down the island, so who knows if he'll come back. I would like to see in some way him and Zoro actually be able to fight each other, just because I think that would be pretty cool. I don't know if there's a way that can happen or not, but like just the fact that like obviously Ethan is a swordsman too with his horse powers, and then you have what is it, Zoro, who just used Huhuva Hunt on Lucci. And obviously, I've seen some stuff where like it's Hahuva Hunt stands for the coldest hell, so that's an interesting parallel between Ethan using an ice-based move on the Pacifista, and then Zoro using an ice-based attack name on Lucci. So I would love to see them clash here for a bit. It feels like we're gonna go one of two ways. It's either gonna be a very like down to the wire fight where like something just happens and maybe they get away, or maybe they fight these guys and somehow luck out. But it's definitely one of the two. Like either they're going to get away through some miraculous way, which is going to be very last minute, or I feel like they're going to fight and possibly. I don't think they're going to be able to hold them off, and I don't think they're definitely going to be able to beat them, but they're going to be able to do something that makes it so they can still basically hold their own. But the way I see this arc going, they definitely probably escape. I don't think this is where they actually have their like full on battle with the Gorosei. While it would be cool, I think it'll just be holding off till the information goes, and then we kind of just escape Egghead because that's what we've been trying to do anyways. Um, but there's just so much going on that I just really just want to know what's going to happen in this next chapter and where it'll leave us or where we'll end up just having to land on for the next couple weeks. Another thing is that I do see in this chapter too Sanji carrying Vegapunk. That's one thing I do wonder too. Is Vegapunk truly going to die, or are we actually going to see him and maybe he gets like revived somehow? Maybe somehow somebody helps him. Just anything like that, I would like to see, but I'm just not too sure. It just would be cool to actually see something with Vegapunk. Um, Other things in this chapter were really just I think it was just that because really we just have the Gorosei messing everything up. We have the Straw Hats finally getting ready to unite with Zoro defeating Lucci and hopefully going back with Jinbei, and then we have the Giants fighting them. So all in all, definitely a good chapter. I was pretty excited about this one. If you guys want to leave any thoughts in the comments, feel free. It's just the fact that I think this chapter kind of gave it to us in a one-shot direct way. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about that actually. And next week, I mean, we're definitely going to be going on for that chapter. And the good news is that I'll actually be able to react to the chapter. I do official and non-official scans because I don't care as long as I can read it. Um, it's kind of like a thing. Like I know Rogers based the Sunday, King of Lightning does the scans. I kind of do both, but I only stream one or the other whenever I can. So this week specifically, I happen to be off on Thursday and Friday, so I should be able to stream the new chapter as well on time this week. But that's kind of the parallel with me is like my work schedule could cover from Thursday to Friday or Sunday, which is from the leaks to the official, and then I kind of have to basically pick a day or go one day before or after if I can. But this week I'm actually off Thursday and Friday, so I will be able to cover the leak chapter when it comes out on TCB. But yes, anyways, that will be it for now, guys. I really appreciate you guys coming out. This is a cool read through, and just know there'll definitely be more. We're still staying strong. We're still new, even if we don't got a big audience yet. We're still, grinding out here. We're trying, learning, building, getting everything going. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I definitely can't wait to react to the next chapter. Yeah, that's everything. I'll see you guys.